Today, I'm so excited. You have sent me recipes. I'm testing them out. And I've got a special guest. It's my oldest daughter. Her name's Haley. She's off to college. She actually likes to be in the kitchen more than I do.
I love cooking.
She loves cooking and I actually don't. It's not my favorite thing, but I like creating YouTube videos and I like figuring things out. So we're a good mix here in the kitchen together. We've got 5 recipes that have been sent to me and I'm super excited to try them out today. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Kathy and on this channel, I help people actually use their air fryer.
Yes, she does.
We got a little sweet, we got a little savory, and I'm excited to share these with you. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Okay, the first recipe comes from Karen, who left a comment and told me her favorite beef jerky air fryer recipe. So no, the air fryer is not a dehydrator, but if it goes low enough, it can get the job done. So the first thing I did was go to the butcher and I asked him, what kind of meat should I use for beef jerky? Then I asked him to slice it nice and thin for me, because you know how lazy I am in the kitchen, right? So Karen told me about this recipe from allrecipes.com, and it works with 2 pounds of meat, but I only requested about a pound, so I'm going to cut the recipe in half. I pulled out all the ingredients and let's throw it together. I got 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, 1 tablespoon of liquid smoke, a tablespoon of brown sugar, a teaspoon of salt, a half teaspoon of pepper, a half teaspoon of this meat tenderizer, a half teaspoon of garlic powder, a half teaspoon of onion powder, and a half teaspoon of smoked paprika or regular paprika. And we'll whisk that up. Now, since he did all the hard work for me, I'm just gonna cut these into little strips. It doesn't need to be perfect here, friends, just so you get that average beef jerky size. And I'm just plopping these in as I go. Then just mix that meat around so everything is coated nicely. It's already smelling really good. Then I'm just gonna cover it up. Then we're popping it in the fridge overnight. Okay, it's been probably 24 hours. It is time to dehydrate the beef jerky. So first you want to lay out all of your meat. We're just going to pat the moisture out of the beef jerky because at this point we really want to get it nice and dry. So a few options here. You could lay your beef jerky out here, but I do still have quite a bit. Another option is that I've seen people put them on skewers. I have seen on a YouTube video where they kind of wedged it in the little grooves, but that would not work in my particular air fryer. So I'm gonna just try using my accessory here. I've got the larger 1.5 inch rise. I'm gonna put it down there. I am a little concerned. I'm curious if the meat is gonna like stick to the wire here. I'm just gonna place some of these down, and then here's what I've got left. To make one more layer, I'm just gonna use my little skewers and make one more level to lay my meat out. Last little piece. I don't know, let's see how that does. Okay, there she goes. And now we're gonna bring it all the way down to 180. Looks like my air fryer goes down to 170, but the directions say 180, so let's just see how that goes. And I'm gonna crank it up 45 minutes. There we go. Okay, here we go. Let's take a peek. This looks good. I think we can give it maybe 15 more minutes. There's still quite a bit of moisture, but these look really nice. So we will go back to 180 and we'll go 15 more minutes. All right, it's done and it looks really nice. Time to taste test. Okay, finding some beef jerky here. It's nice.
Oh.
Chewy.
Small one.
Ready? Taste test?
It's hot. Spicy. Not spicy.
That was good. How many stars do you give it? Here's a butter piece.
Out of 5.
I say 5 stars. What do you say?
5 stars.
Thank you, Karen, for sending us this recipe.
And
I like this one.
5 thumbs up.
So I'm super jazzed about this next recipe. It was shared by John H., who is super awesome. He emails me great tips. He's the one that told me about this oil sprayer that I'm currently really enjoying. And he developed this 3-ingredient apple fritters recipe that I'm so excited to try. For this recipe, you just need some apple pie filling, some Pillsbury dough, and some cinnamon. Now just get a knife or a bench scraper and you're just gonna cut this up into a bunch of chunks. Doesn't really matter how big and small, you just are gonna chunk it up. Now, of course, you could do this with any homemade dough, but we are all about easy around here. Okay, when you have your dough all ready, you're just gonna sprinkle on, about a tablespoon of cinnamon. And then you just need about 2/3 cups of apple pie filling. You can see it's about half of the can that I'm using here. And now to be true to the apple fritter life, you just use the bench scraper. And I know a true baker would do this much more gracefully than I am right now, but you'll just mix up all of that cinnamon and apple pie filling with the Pillsbury dough. It's time to preheat your air fryer and look at my beautiful log. I think it's gonna get a little messy here, but I'm gonna cut this into 8 little logs. I don't know. What do you think here? We are just gonna roll with it and see how this goes. So he told me to do 8. I've got 6 fatty ones, so. Okay, so I put parchment paper in the air fryer and John told me to spray it with the oil spray. And now it's getting messy and I've got to put these right in the air fryer basket. They're so cute. And I'm not sure if I have these sized right. And I kind of feel like I put too much apple, but we'll just see how they turn out. All right, then we're gonna spray with some oil. My air fryer is nice and hot. Okay, we're gonna bake these at 350 for 12 minutes, and I'm gonna turn on my shake reminder to flip them. While that's cooking, I'm gonna melt a 1/2 cube of butter, and I'm going to do it right here in a pan instead of the microwave because I wanna brown the butter. Just keep it down low, and it's time to check on my fritters, and they look beautiful. I'm just gonna try and give them a little flip. So I'm just using my silicone spatula. Wow, I'm really impressed with how nice these are looking. Flip them over. It's kind of falling apart. Then we'll squirt this other side with oil and let it finish cooking. My butter is looking just nice and brown. I'm gonna take that off the heat and let that cool for just a moment. Then I'm doing about a cup of powdered sugar and add in about a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, a tablespoon of milk, and that butter, and we're just gonna whisk it up. So it's all ready for those apple fritters. Okay, these are done. And look how glorious they look. You might need to let these cool just a minute, but our icing is ready. I'm just gonna spread the glaze right over these hot apple fritters, and I have them on a baking rack to cool, and that icing will just melt down through all the cracks and crevices. I can hardly wait to try these. All right, I got some of my girls here. We are gonna taste test apple fritters. You're making a face. You and I are
I'm so excited.
Give me all the apple fritters. Try that little one. Ready? Let's go.
I like it. This has a really good flavor.
It is good.
I think it's better with
I like the cinnamon.
apples.
How many stars? 5 stars? Good job, John. We like it. Up next, I have a super yummy recipe, I'm sure, but this comes from Sandi, who I actually found out lives in my hometown, and we ran into each other at the store. We are gonna air fry fresh fruit, and I'm so excited about it. Okay, so first we're gonna make a glaze. It's a 1/2 cup of brown sugar and a 1/2 cup of orange juice and a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, and we will just whisk that up. And then here's where she told me you could get creative. We just chopped up about a cup of peaches, or I think they're nectarines actually. And then we've got a cup of mango fruit and then a cup of pineapple. And she said any fruit will work as long as it's not a melon. So just pick out a few of your favorites and do about a cup of each and stir it up in this yummy marinade glaze. While that's sitting and resting, I'm gonna preheat your air fryer. Now I've got a hot air fryer. I'm just gonna use a slotted spoon and put my fruit right inside of my basket. And this is going to be lovely. Sandi told me she also likes to sprinkle coconut and some chopped walnuts on top, but I have a walnut allergy in my house, so we are just gonna stick with the fruit. Okay, and then we're gonna pop this in, and she said to go 390 for 4 minutes. Oh, I'm so excited to see this. Okay, here's the fruit, and now that I think about it, I'm unclear. I'm unclear if I'm supposed to do 4 minutes and stir and cook more. Feels nice and hot. I think this should be ready to go. Okay, I went and read her email a little bit more clearly, and I think what she did was added some oil after 4 minutes because she wanted the fruit to brown, and then we'll give it another 4. So back to 390, and we'll go 4 more minutes. Okay, I'm getting nervous. I want to see, oh wow. Okay, that's looking pretty beautiful and roasted. I'm gonna call it good. We can let this cool down and we will taste test. We are ready to taste test this fruit. I feel like if you do not like cooked fruit, you probably won't like this.
I'm gonna love it.
I love cooked fruit. Ready? Go. What?
It's sideways?
You don't like cooked fruit, do you? I love it. Good. Can I eat all of this?
Yes.
Good, I'm going to.
2 thumbs up for me.
Definitely 5 stars. 5 thumbs up.
I want another one though.
What? Do you want more? Okay, next recipe came in from Marsha. Curly dog hot dog fries. Let's test it out. I got my all beef hot dogs, no nitrates, whatever that bad stuff is. I'm gonna start with 3 hot dogs and I'm gonna use a pizza slicer and we're gonna cut them in half and in half again and in half one more time so that you end up with 8 pieces from your hot dog. Kind of trying not to think about what's inside here. Now we'll just pull up these down in the air fryer and try and spread them out a little bit. Now we'll pop these in the air fryer. Apparently they're going to curl up. Let's go with 360 for 6 minutes. I'm feeling a little bit nervous about the 380 for 8 minutes. There's my shake reminder. Let's take a peek. These are looking good. I'm just gonna stir them up a little bit and we'll let them finish up. I can already hear the sizzle. Curly dogs indeed. Okay, I've got my helper. She loves hot dogs and ketchup, right? But what do you think about this?
I don't know.
You're not sure? Okay, let's give it a taste test. I'm gonna go like that. You wanted to use a fork. She's such a lady. Okay, ready?
Tastes like a normal hot dog.
It tastes like a normal hot dog.
It kind of doesn't, but it does.
It's roasted hot dogs. What do you give it? A thumbs up? How many stars do you give it?
100?
100 stars? How about 5?
No.
5 out of 5? If 5,
100 out of 100.
if 5 was the most stars you could give, how many would you give?
5.
5. Okay, 5 out of 5.
But still 100 stars.
Okay, our next recipe is perfect for 1 or 2. This is my college student, like I told you earlier. We have lemon berry baked oatmeal. This one came from Mike from Australia. Thank you, Mike. I'm super excited to try this one. Are you?
Me too, yes.
I think this one is just right up your alley.
Yes, I'm gonna
Fresh
love it.
fruit, and it bakes while you're getting ready for school or work. Okay, we're gonna mix up the dry ingredients. We're gonna start with the oatmeal. This is a half cup of rolled oats, actually. A half teaspoon of baking powder, a half teaspoon of cinnamon, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then his recipe said 15 grams of brown sugar, so let's see. So we'll go with about a tablespoon of brown sugar and the zest of 1 lemon. So good thing Haley is a pro at this.
I don't know about pro, but
Does that look good, Liv? Does that look like it's gonna be good? Oh, it smells wonderful. Okay, that's looking beautiful. We will whisk that up. It looks beautiful. Then we've got a half cup of milk, 1 egg, and we've got that lemon. We are gonna juice the lemon, which you are putting a fork right in the middle. And you just squeezy.
you just squeeze it.
Okay, then we will mix that together and then just add your wet to the dry and give it a good old mix. And then you're gonna let this just sit and soak for about 10 minutes. And while that's soaking, you can cut up your fruit berries of choice. Mike said to dice up some of them and to slice up some of them. Overall, we have about a cup of berries. Now it's perfect time for me to test out using this cake barrel from my air fryer accessory kit. I will link to that below. But anything that's oven safe will work. You just wanna lightly spray the bottom. That way the oatmeal won't stick to the sides. Okay, because my pan is so big, I'm gonna put all my diced ones on the bottom and just spread those out evenly. And then go ahead and put your mixture right on top of the berries and spread that out over the top. I guess the one variable that he and I did not discuss is how big his pan was. So I suspect if you have a pan or dish that's not quite as big, this one is 7 inches, then you'll definitely be cooking for less amount of time. Then you'll just put the rest of the berries on top. Oh, look how beautiful that looks. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Lastly, Mike said to sprinkle on a little nutmeg and some slivered almonds, but we have an almond allergy, so we will forgo the almonds, but that looks so good. And we'll pop it in the air fryer, and he said 150 Celsius, which is 300 Fahrenheit, and he said for 12 minutes and to check it after 10. Okay, it's been 10 minutes. Let's take a peek. Looks so beautiful. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be solid or what, but let's just let it finish up. All right, it's done. We're gonna let it sit and taste test. Okay, we have good 2 servings, and there's even more in the pot. So here we go. Little boy wants the strawberry-ish one.
Thank you.
We're gonna taste test. I'm really excited about this. Ready?
It tastes lemon.
That's really good.
I love that. Do you like the lemon? No? I
like
love
the
that
lemon.
lemonishness. Mike said he puts Greek yogurt on top as well.
Ooh, that would be
This
good.
is wonderful.
That would be really
Not
good.
bad. If there was no lemon, I'd give 5 out of 5. But since there's lemon, 4 out of 5.
Okay. Make it without lemon if you don't like that little, but it's such a light.
We you could do a little bit less of a lemon. We did like half a lemon, so I think we could do like
You could do less or
Less
less
than that.
zest.
Yeah.
You zested the entire lemon, right?
most of it.
Yeah,
but,
so.
yeah, but it's really good. It's really
I think I got-
fresh.
I think
It's
I got
really
it.
fresh.
Very fresh and light. It tastes oatmeal-y. Strange.
No, I'm saying it is oatmeal. Like, we eat this for breakfast.
Yes.
Yes, you can.
This is your breakfast. This is delicious. Great job, Mike. Thank you for setting this one, and we will be making this one again. Want to see more air fryer recipes? I got them for you right there. I think you're gonna like this one as well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.